I have one of my return tracks is a doubler, which is just this doubler 2 stereo, another Waves plugin. I'm going to go in, make sure direct is off. So it's just duplicating the voice by having 2 extra voices. It's turning it down 6 dB. It's panning it left and right. It's delaying them slightly after the original, so like 9 milliseconds and 23 milliseconds. And it's detuning it up and down very slightly. Okay, and when you play them together, kind of has like a cool double kind of effect. That's another, so this is another one of those effects that I'm hearing a lot or that I use a lot, is just adding doubles. Personally, I feel like adding doubles, like having the artist do it themselves, is always sounds better than you adding a doubler effect. If you really want it to be subtle, add a doubler effect, or if the artist can't, let's say you were just sent a track to mix, or it was just, again, it was like a freestyle or something, and there's no way to kind of get another take because it was just off the top. Putting a doubler might help, or putting some of these other, like that blur flanger kind of sound, chorus-ish kind of sound would really help. So I'm just going to send, let me see, it's the I send. I'll play this.
Sleep, I need a smoke break.
Can you turn it up?
Too much up.
It would help if it was, it is on. I'll bring it back up. This is an old track I was working on.
Sleep, I need a smoke break. Too much up on my plate. I need a smoke break. Too much up on my plate.
And then with it one more time.
I need a smoke break. Too much up on my plate.
It's still a little subtle. You should hear the difference.
I need a smoke break. Too much up on my plate.
I might adjust this too. If there's a little bit of too many mids or too many highs, I could always just kind of filter this down.
I need a smoke break. Too much up on my plate. I need a smoke break. Too much up on my plate. My eyes won't blink.
This is an effect I very commonly have on a lot of tracks, especially a lot of verses in small amounts. And then if I want to kind of accentuate that, I'll turn it up a bit more on the choruses. But just like a taste of it on a lot of tracks really adds a cool kind of brightness and depth. And it just, I don't know, this other texture quality to it that just sounds a little different and a little ear-catching, okay? Like I was saying, I really feel like having doubles always sounds better. So I have these doubles here. In part 1 of this video, I went over some key commands, Command E, to separate clips into segments. So what I did, if you'll notice here, I lined up all of these vocals. You see how these don't line up? You see how these don't line up? I went in and I kind of made a separation. So Command E, I held down Command so that I can drag the clip over a little bit, more freehand it, maybe make that, adjust it, go in there, make some fades. Okay, that way everything looks a bit smoother. I'm going to go back. So you can time align it. Okay, there's some other advanced techniques I would love to show you guys in some other videos when I go over like tuning and stuff. You can manually go in there and detune it or transpose to really help out with auto-tune, or in case you don't have auto-tune. Okay, we'll go over that later. So this is a double effect of just having a double, and I usually feel like that adds a better texture quality, especially if it's lined up correctly, just like I showed you, if it's actually lined up to the track.
Laying in my bed sweat. It's a hot summer night and I'm fucked up on bed rest.
I turned it up a bit so you can hear it better.
Laying in my bed sweat. It's a hot summer night and I'm fucked up on bed rest.
That sounds a bit different than having... Oh, I deleted them all. It sounds a bit different than having like an effect for just that part.
Laying in my bed sweat. It's a hot summer night and I'm fucked up on bed rest.
Having a chorus or having some doubles doesn't necessarily make it sound the same. Sometimes it does. Experiment, try it out. If you like it, great. It's all about how it sounds. If it sounds good, keep it.
Laying in my bed sweat. It's a hot summer night and I'm fucked up on bed rest.
All right, I'm going to bring that back down a little bit. I like to also extra compress my doubles a little bit harder. Maybe put like a little limiter on it or something, and then kind of have them tucked a little bit farther away in the mix. Take off some of the high end, especially the S's and stuff in all the doubles. Really just cleans up a lot of those doubles. That's for another video. We're going to go into, let me see.
I'm ready to feel.
Okay. This is another cool effect. I do this for a lot of female vocals, actually, where I'm pitching up or down the vocals an octave. I always feel like it's better if you do it yourself. If the artist can do it, it sounds better. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to be pitching up or down. So the artist went down an octave and layered it. And that sounds a lot better than just having it pitched down 12 and then just putting a chorus or a doubler on it. Let me shut up and I can show you. So here's just the lows.
Ready to feel myself sink through the floor. I want is everything, swear I won't.
And here's the high.
Ready to feel myself sink through the floor. Oh,
All right, here's everything.
Ready to feel myself sink through the floor. Oh, I want is everything, swear I won't need anymore.
And I don't have anything on these tracks individually. They're just panned. And then I have two compressors. One set to the ratio of 4, one set the ratio of 20, which is essentially limiting. And I just have it on that group, taking off some of the low end. So that, what you just heard, sounds better. Then I'm going to mute those low sections. I'm going to double this. And I'm going to rename this. Always stay organized and rename. I'm going to rename it -12 because that's just makes it very clear what you're doing. I like the auto-tune version the best. I'm just going to pop that in here for now just because I'm thinking about it. Low male. I'll mute it. We're not using auto-tune right now. Let me use Ableton. I'll show you the default Ableton way to kind of pitch it down. Warp is on. Beats sounds bad for warping. Let me see. Oops. -12. It's a mess. Complex. Complex Pro.
Ready to feel myself sink through the floor. Oh.
I don't like it. All right. I'm putting it back to where it was, back to transpose, back to 0 semitones. I really like the auto-tune version of it. Oops, not that one. Transpose. It's so much more articulate. I can hear what is being said significantly better. So let me see. I like to kind of layer certain effects that I use. So I might layer an overdrive with it slightly, bring the wet, dry, wet down a little bit. Just gives it a little bit more bite. You can hear a bit more what he's saying. And then because it's doubled, I'm going to go in and grab that Metaflanger stereo again. I really like that blur preset. I like I usually like overdrive. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit more. It's just a little too much.
Ready to feel myself. Feel myself sink through the floor. All I want is everything, swear I won't need anymore. I'm ready to feel myself.
Okay, and the what I might also do, let's rename this. So +12. Oops, that's not a plus. +12. Okay, I'm going to take the overdrive off. I don't need that Metaflanger anymore. Auto tune, and we're going to go up 12. Squeaky voice, Mickey Mouse.
Ready to feel myself sink through the floor.
Ready to feel myself sink through the floor.
Maybe add a little bit more reverb.
Ready to feel myself.
Maybe I will put that Metaflanger back on.
Ready to feel myself sink through the floor.
Bring the mix way down.
Ready to feel myself sink.
I'm going to EQ it down a little bit.
Ready to feel myself.
Just so it's not so abrasive in the high end. It's just a little too much.
Ready to feel myself. Sink through the floor. Ready to feel myself.
Sink through the floor. All I want is everything. Swear I won't need anymore. I'm ready to feel.
So again, these are just examples. I didn't feel like this was the track to do that. That's why I asked him to do the layers himself, because I knew this artist could, and I thought that would sound a lot better. If someone's doing like a harder rap or like a freestyle, a cool effect would just be kind of pitch some stuff down, call it like demon vocals. You know, like a lot of artists don't know how to articulate what they want. So they might say, oh, make me sound like I'm underwater. That means put a filter on it, you know, put a low pass where high cut filter, take off some of the high end, kind of bring it up. Make me like demon vocals, make it sound like I'm a demon or something. That's just pitching it down. Maybe I'll pitch it down 5 semitones instead of an octave at 12, 5 or 6 or 4. But you want to pitch it down, but you want to still have it be articulate where you can hear what the artist is saying. That's important. Instead of just this garbled.
Ready to feel.
You can hear what he's saying there if you know. Anyway, here's the original one more time.
Ready to feel myself sink through the floor. All I want is everything. Swear I won't need anymore.
I just put the high one in there. That doesn't sound so bad. That sounds cool. Okay, well that's it for this song, I believe. I'm going to go to another song